Hi guys, it's Ben here from Machinery Partner, and today we're taking a look at the Ultrascreeners T1000 and T1500 series trommels. We'll take you through the build quality of these machines, setup and operation, and of course run some material through this machine so you can see exactly what it does. But before I do that, if you haven't already, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the Machinery Partner YouTube channel for more like this. Let's get into it. So for this video today, we took a trip up to a place called Dungannon, which is the home of crushing and screening in Northern Ireland. This is where the Power Screens and McCluskeys of the world started their operations and still make a lot of their machines. Our guide for this day was Kevin here. He is the Ultrascreeners owner. Kevin actually used to work for some of these industry leaders and set out to build his own machines, originally for golf courses about 30 years ago, so he really knows his stuff. Now, on to the equipment. This compact trommel is the smaller of the Ultrascreeners T variant range, the T1000. This machine has a 3 foot by 5 foot drum, with its larger brother, the T1500, having basically the same design but with a larger drum, so 5 foot by 8 foot drum. These machines are designed for smaller operations that aren't trying to start a whole topsoil plant, so they are compact, very sturdy and simple to operate. Taking a look at the controls, we can see a lever here to engage the trommel drum, this control panel to preheat and start the engine, the hydraulic controls will let you adjust the feed speed, and the throttle to increase the idle of the engine, which also changes the drum speed. There are 2 emergency stops, one on each side of the machine. And on the other side of the trommel we find its Kubota engine, along with the battery and fuel tank, all very easily accessible. Around the front of the machine there is a retractable tow hitch, which you can push completely under the body of the trommel or remove altogether. This is to stop your stockpile from forming on top, and you'll see why this is important in a minute. Starting up the machine is very straightforward. You'll see Kevin here turning the key to preheat the engine, and then after a second he turns the key and it starts up, no problem. Quick adjust of the idle then to keep things running smoothly or at the desired speed. And then all we need to do is take the black lever on the front of the machine here, pull it back, and this will engage the drum and we're ready to start screening. You see it turning there. So taking a look at the front of the trommel here, you can see that the drum and the auger actually are turning at slightly different speeds. You'll see why this is important in a second. And then walking around to the back of the machine, you can see the conveyor that catches all of the screen material under the stockpiles, and stockpiles it on the other side of the machine. So just over the top here you can see where that goes under the drum. So what I'm pointing to there is the hydraulic control for the auger system, and this chain system here is what drives it. So as you can see, as Kevin turns the knob here to adjust the hydraulics, that will either speed up or slow down the drive of that chain and speed up or slow down the drive of the auger. This basically lets you run the drum independent from the auger, so you can run your drum at one speed and your feed at another speed to make sure you're getting the right control over the machine for your material. We also have this brush up top here that runs along the mesh as it turns, just to keep things clear and stop any wet or sticky material getting stuck in the mesh. On the inside of the drum you'll find what some people call lift and cut bars. These do exactly what they say on the tin and lift the material up on the side of the drum so it can fall back down onto the mesh and declump itself into smaller pieces, which you'll see now in just a second because we are about to start screening. Here we have our trusty little Bobcat skid steer ready to load with a bucket full of mulch material. Kevin tells me this is the hardest thing that they've found to screen, so stuff like wet topsoil is much easier than this. Great test for the machine. Into the hopper it goes, and then depending on what model you have either an auger like on this one, or a belt that feeds the material into the drum to be screened. Skipping a bit ahead here, you can see that those lift and cut bars are doing their job to toss the material about nicely. So up onto the side of the drum and then slamming back down onto the mesh. And we have another lovely clip here in slow motion, so you can really see the effect. That material being pushed up onto the side, tumbling back down and really breaking up. So looking at both ends of the machine at the two stockpiles we've created, on this side we have this larger bark type material. This is great for landscaping, really holding down, decorating gardens and holding down the black sheet that you often see underneath bark. A little bit heavier, obviously a lot more coarse. And on the other side of the machine we have a much finer product. Obviously this has been screened down. So the likes of this material, lots of organics in it, but still very fine, could be mixed in with soil to create a topsoil or a compost product that ferments over time. So still nice and small, but lots of that wood and organic material in there. There's also this little scraper on the underside of the conveyor to make sure you're getting all of those lovely and precious fines off of that belt. And lastly, daredevil as ever, I got myself into the bobcat bucket and took a look on top of this trommel. So we can get a much better look at the auger here that pushes the material into the drum on this machine. So just turns around and those curved blades push the material forward like a screw, which is very cool. And also we can see that brush on top here is doing a really nice job of keeping the screen clear and keeping those mesh holes unclogged. And there you have it. That is the Ultrascreeners T1000 and T1500 range of small, compact, operator-friendly trommels. As you can see, these machines pack a lot of punch for their size and are very sturdy and straightforward to operate. If you're interested in one of these machines, as always, we're more than happy to help, or if you have any other screening, crushing, conveyance, excavator needs, we are here to help you with your full lineup of equipment for producing the material that you need. Get in touch with us at Machinery Partner. If you like this video and you want to see more like this, again, please drop a like and subscribe to the Machinery Partner channel. Until next time, we'll have more videos like this. See you soon.